Alright, so for this ICP, we were tasked with two different tasks. The first one being this one, a hover image web application. And we're given the starter code to just come up with a blank page here, as you can see, and we're supposed to implement functionality such that whenever you hover over these images, um, the background image for this box up here will change to match that image, and this white text will also change. So going to the code here, using jQuery made this super simple, really just a few lines each for the update and undo functions. Um, as you can see, whenever I hover over the preview, I just change the CSS of the image ID to the URL of the preview image's URL. And I changed the text of the image ID element as well to the preview image's text. And for undo, I just undo both of those. So we can run that real quick and I'll show you. So it starts off just as a blank canvas, and when I hover over this image pops up and the text changes to batter is ready. When I unhover, it undoes all that. Hover over this, image changes, perfect baking. And lastly, a yummy yummy cupcake, as we all enjoy. So that was a good introduction to a bit of jQuery and how easy it can make manipulating elements in the DOM. Moving on, for the next part, we created a GitHub user finder. Again, we were given a good bit of starting code, and we just had to implement functionality that, let me bring my code up here. We had to implement the functionality to create an instance of this request class and send a GET request using it, and have that function return an object. And then we also set the contents of some various elements with the user info that we get from this object, and we handle the case in case there's no such user. So again, using jQuery here made manipulating these elements super easy. After I grabbed them using the request functionality here, you can see that I fetched the user from the api.github.com/users plus whatever the user enters here. And if the result status is equal to 200, which means it was a successful result, I translate that to a JSON, and then I create that into a user. So, and I added a few extra HTML elements in here, which you'll see on the page as I bring it up. So this is the blank page we were given. If I enter a valid name such as Jimmy Blundell, so that's my account, my avatar comes up as well as my username. It gives my user ID and my GitHub page, which is a working link, and will take you right to my page. Now if I were to enter something random, which hopefully no one has used, just like that, it tells me user is not found, the user ID is not found, and therefore the GitHub page is not found, and there will be no image, no profile image over here. So that about covers it for this ICP. It was a great introduction to jQuery and how easy that can be to use to manipulate the DOM, and also gave us a taste of what it's like to work with some APIs from other companies and other software, how to fetch requests and return objects from them and use those objects.